Hi everyone, I'm Kristen Joy, and I'm the teen librarian here at the Marion Public Library. And today I'm going to tell you about some teen books that I've read recently that I've really enjoyed. Not all of them are new, but they are all really good stories. Alright, so the first one I'm going to tell you about is Midnight at the Electric by Jodi Lynn Anderson. And I found this book completely by accident. I was actually weeding the collection, so I was getting rid of books to make room for new books. And the cover of it just struck me so much that I made note of the title and found that it was available on Hoopla still. So I listened to the book, and it was a really great book to listen to because it takes place in 3 different time periods, and each time period is read by a different person. So that was really interesting. But with this story, it starts off in the year 2065, and the main character, Adri, is getting ready to go to Mars to live there, because apparently that's what we're going to do in 45 more years. But anyway, so before she can go to Mars, though, she goes to live with a distant cousin. And while she's there, she finds a journal that's set in 1934 during the Dust Bowl. And in that journal, we meet Catherine, who is trying to survive the Dust Bowl with her mother and younger sister. And then Adri also finds a stack of letters that are dated from England, 1919. So it's just really interesting to see how this story progresses and to see how all 3 of these time periods do eventually come together, and just to see how all of the characters relate to each other. So it was a really interesting read. All right, and then my next book is called A Study in Charlotte, and it's book 1 of 4 in the Charlotte Holmes series by Brittany Cavallaro. And this story starts with Charlotte Holmes, and she is the great-great-great-granddaughter of Sherlock Holmes. So she goes to school at this private school called Sherringford, and there she meets Jamie Watson, who is the great-great-great-grandson of Dr. Watson. So it's just generations down, still working together. But so they meet at school, and shortly after they arrive, a student dies. Bum, bum, bum. So to see how Charlotte and Jamie solve this case and many others, you should read the series. It's a really great series. And then the latest series that I've been reading is called Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson. And Truly Devious is the title of the first book as well as the series. And it's book 1 of 4, and book 4 will come out next year. So if you like to wait till the whole series is out, I'd wait till next year when book 4 comes out. But anyway, so like the Charlotte Holmes series, it's also set at a private school, and it's called Ellingham Academy. And the story begins in 1936 with the murder of a student at the school, and then also the kidnapping of the wife and daughter of the founder of the school. So, but the only clue that's left when this murder and kidnapping happened is a letter written by Truly Devious. And so that's the only clue that's left. But then we flash forward to the present, and Stevie Bell has been accepted into Ellingham Academy, and she is a true crime buff, and she has made it her mission when she gets to Ellingham that she is going to solve this cold case. But shortly after she gets to school, she has this mysterious message left on her wall, and it seems that and then a student dies after this message is left. So it seems like Truly Devious has come back to haunt the school. I've only read the first book in this series, but it ends on a complete cliffhanger, so I am super excited to read the rest of the series, and that will be my next book that I read once I finish some other things. Okay, and then the last book I want to tell you about is not actually a teen book, but it's definitely geared more towards that older kid, tween teenager. And it's called The Screaming Staircase by Jonathan Stroud. And it is book 1 of 5 of a series called Lockwood & Co. And I became slightly obsessed with Lockwood and all of his friends while reading this series. I read them all very quickly, right in a row, and I really enjoyed them. But it starts off when Lucy arrives in London, and she is looking to get a career in ridding the city of ghosts and other things that go bump in the night, because they kind of have this epidemic happening of all of these ghostly things happening. So there's what they call psychic investigation agencies that are throughout the town. But Lucy joins one of the smallest agencies in town, and it's Lockwood and Co. So it's just really interesting to see how all that happens. And if you like a little bit of spooky, it's a good story. But you should check out the series and go on all of the spooky adventures with them. All right, so that's all I have today. I hope you guys find at least one of those books sounding interesting to read. So we'll see you next time. Bye.